Friday sessions from Paal15. In this podcast, we bring together the brightest minds from Paal15 to discuss the burning issues in the world of business technology and data. Whether you're a hyperscaler or an ISV, we'll be chatting through the challenges and opportunities that matter the most to you. My name's Matt, and today I'm joined by two stalwarts of Paal15, co-founder and CEO Maarten and strategic consultant Jesse. Welcome to the podcast, guys. How are we both doing?
Great. Thanks for having us, Matt. All doing fine.
Hey, Matt. Thanks for having me. And doing good.
Brilliant. Let's get stuck into today's episode then. AI, as we all know, has been a technology buzzword for some time. But in the last year or so, we've seen a noticeable change, especially from our own customers. Technology businesses are no longer talking about AI in theoretical terms, but exploring the real practical uses that it can bring to their organization right now. We're hearing similar questions from a lot of the ISVs we talk to, those who are considering entering the AI space, but are not quite sure where to start. So today we're going to discuss 3 things for ISVs to consider when leaping into AI. So let's jump into question 1, guys. First, is it a hype? Why should companies add AI to their narrative? Let's start with you, Maarten.
Is it a hype? Well, for sure there's a little bit hype to it, but then it's also very real. So one of the reasons why companies want to add AI to their narrative, and especially now, is because of valuation purposes. So valuations have been really has been slammed down the last couple of months. And AI has seen as sort of the magical pill to up those valuations again, even if some companies don't even have a product yet. So valuations, very valid, is a very valid argument actually to add AI to your narrative. I guess, Jesse, you can tell a little bit more about that, but then also it helps define some sort of the market, right? It's like if you don't have AI, if you don't have a clear product, but then AI is part of your roadmap or your vision, then it probably helps internally also to clarify a lot if you start pushing an AI narrative.
Yeah, you see there's a real sense of urgency in the market, right? So the market is pushing from all sides, from investors down into companies, but also from outside sources, right? The competition is encroaching on you if you don't do something with AI. So you need to sort of claim your space within this field, and AI is moving so fast. It's that you need to start talking about it now, maybe even without having a product ready. But you need to start talking about what your vision is and what your outlook is on how AI will improve your service and how AI will improve your software. And many companies think they have nothing yet in place, so they haven't built anything, so they cannot start talking about it yet. But what we see is that I think they need to start talking about it, and fast.
Yeah,
because if you don't claim it, right, then someone else will claim it. And there's like either if it's a startup or if it's another incumbent player in your market space. So you need to start building this narrative. But a good analogy is sustainability, right? So if you look at what customers ask us about, they don't ask us to build their sustainability narrative for them, which is, quite a key element for a lot of companies to think about. But they don't ask us. They ask us, help us build this AI narrative. So that's also one of the metrics I think you see for why it matters a lot at the moment.
Okay. Brilliant. I guess, so it's important for companies to start building their narrative and quickly. And that leads us very nicely into question 2, which is what should they be thinking about when they're adding AI to their narrative?
Yeah, it's a question like, is it enough for the software companies to just integrate an AI feature or AI capabilities into your product and then just put that on the website? And is that enough? I don't think that's the case, right? Maarten, what we see is that there's a lot of considerations that they need to make before they can get there.
Yeah, I guess most companies look at, especially platform or application companies, they look at their business from a product-led perspective. Then adding AI to the product, that's only part of the challenge, I guess. The biggest challenge comes like, hey, what happens to your business and your business model if you start changing the dynamics there? So take into consideration that you're, for example, a data platform company, and now you have the ability to start building applications on top of the platform, and you want to build that out to market yourself, right? So you move from a platform space into a more software as a service space. That comes with a very different way of distributing your software. That comes with a very different way of pushing it to market. That comes most likely with a whole change of your sales organization, which we can chat a little bit about. So adding AI to the narrative is not just a product thing which is changing. It's like literally every aspect of your business is changing. And many people forget that when talking about AI.
Yeah, and what you see is that it can open up a whole new target audience sometimes, because let's say you build AI into your product and it suddenly becomes like 10 times easier to use. And where previously you would talk to a more tech-savvy audience, and it would need more technical knowledge and more technical capabilities to integrate the solution. Now suddenly everyone could use it, and the people in the marketing team and the people in the sales team or in the finance team can start using your product. Well, does it mean that you're still talking to that same target persona, and is that same target persona still the ideal customer profile for you as a company? So it can influence that massively, and it could mean that you need to start opening and go to market to a different audience, basically. And that is not only from a marketing perspective, but also from a sales perspective, right, Maarten?
Yeah. So internally it's massive, right? If you're, and that's what we see most. Like, oh, I have this platform, and now we can build applications. Like the whole sales organization is typically a high-touch sales organization if you sell platforms, because the average value per customer is pretty high. The sales cycles are long, so you have probably a lot of SDRs or account executives on the roll. Then, and now for the first time we can sell applications, which typically in a SaaS-based format, people should be able to buy online. So you need a huge demand generation engine to then start converting that online. So your sales is high touch, needs to go low touch. Then you probably don't have that skill set of marketeers in-house. So you need to start hiring different type of marketeers, launch different motions. So basically you get two different business models in one company, a platform business and an application business. And that's difficult for organizations. So what you see then is that they separate that idea. It's like, oh, this is a very cool idea. We can sell applications on top of a platform. Let's spin it off in a separate business. Or they start looking for partners who can then build those applications on top and help support those partners with their go-to-market. Because in practice, it's quite difficult operating two different type of businesses in one company.
Mm. It's interesting you mentioned partners at the end of that answer there. I mean, for those ISVs who are using a channel when they go to market, how is AI going to impact their partner strategy? Could AI even kind of create a shift of channel completely?
Yeah, I think so for sure. And then I guess there's many different forms of AI, obviously. Are you building it yourself? Are you implementing or using third-party AI? I guess many ISVs, especially the ones which are more high touch. And then I'm talking about the more platform-oriented ISVs, I guess. One of the ways they want to use AI is to implement quicker, because in that way customers benefit from the solution quicker. So speed to value, there's a valid argument to start using AI. But then if you have partners or a whole partner community which is implementing your solution, which is compensated on an hourly basis, and the one thing you claim is like, look, this requires less implementation time, those partners wouldn't like that. So they might switch supplier, or they might start working against you. So typically what we see happening is that you need to start looking into different type of partners if you start adding AI to speed up implementation. And those partners could be much more, for example, consulting-focused firms where they bring a specific knowledge to the table, There could be system integrators, which then help adding your solution into a bigger tech stack. I think those are really the type of partners you're then looking for. So move away from the hourly hourly rate implementation partner and move into a new type of partner.
Yeah, exactly. And when you see the same, I definitely agree with that. You see the same happening if you look at if companies are implementing generative AI to unlock new use cases. That means that those use cases will probably be very specific to a certain type of business or to a certain part of your business. So the partners that are currently implementing sort of the basic platform will lose a bit of their value and will become less profitable, I would say. But if you are a partner that is focused on a very specific industry or a specific type of tooling or a specific type of process within an industry, it could mean that you can add a whole lot of added value by starting to implement this, because the ISV cannot cater to everything all at once. All these use cases that are out there, they need partners to be implemented and to be made successful for the customers.
Well, guys, that's about all we have time for today on this Friday session. Maarten and Jesse, thank you so much for both joining us today and sharing all your expert insights on AI for ISVs.
Thanks, Matt. Great having us, and happy weekend.
Yeah, have a great weekend to you guys as well. I'm sure you'll be hearing much more from them on future Friday sessions that we run here on Paal15. If you've enjoyed the episode, please do like, subscribe or follow to the Paal15 podcast channel on your platform of choice. And for more insights and expertise from our team, or to find out how we could help you and your business overcome its biggest challenges, head to paal15.com. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.